One afternoon in the spring of 1990, a young mother tidied up her family's living room in Pingyang Township, which is a small rural community made up of several villages in southern China. And she was almost done when she heard her 3-year-old twin daughters start to cry. And this really caught her off guard, because even though these kids were only 3 years old and 3-year-olds cry, well, her daughters basically never cried. But the mom, she assessed her kids and couldn't see any injuries, they didn't seem sick. A couple of days later, and the twin girls were back to their normal routine, being totally silent and sleeping for most of the day. And as the girls slept in their nursery, their mom at some point walked down the hallway past the girls' bedroom. Now, their door to the nursery was shut. She can hear her girls making noise in their room, but they're making a noise that just doesn't make any sense to the mother. Her daughters were not crying or fussing, they were talking. And as she listened, she really couldn't believe what she was hearing. These girls weren't just babbling, saying random words. These girls were having a full-blown conversation with each other. The more the mother listened to her daughters, the more unsettled she became. The content of this discussion her 3-year-old daughters are having made no sense. These girls were talking about stuff that they could not possibly know. The girls were talking in detail about people and events from a totally different village. A village their mother knew they had never been to, had never even heard of, and certainly didn't know anybody who lived there. And so when this mother heard the sound of her twin girls who had never spoke before, she instantly understood that the only way my girls could have that information and be able to have this conversation is if they are reincarnated spirits. And so this mother did what she thought was right. Get the word out to the people not just in her village, but across the Pingyang Township that her twin daughters are actually reincarnated spirits. The mother's hope was that perhaps there were still family of these reincarnated spirits in this other village her daughters were referencing in their conversation. And sure enough, less than a week after this mother got the word out, this man and woman who she didn't know came knocking at her door. When the mother let them inside the house, her girls immediately recognized them. One of the twins said that this was her mother and father from her previous life. Then the twins, these little 3-year-old girls, went on to tell this unbelievably complicated and sophisticated story about how in their previous life, these twin girls were not actually sisters. Instead, they were best friends. And together, they had taken their own lives approximately 1 month before they were reborn in the bodies of these twin girls. The mother of the twins asked this man and woman, "Are these details they're giving you accurate? Is this true?" And the man and woman said, "Yup, it's all true." The reason that they slept all the time is because when they slept, they would dream about their previous lives. To this day, no one's ever been able to offer a better explanation for how these twin girls had such accurate information about people they had never met and places they'd never been to. Basically, the only explanation that works is that they must actually be the reincarnated spirits of those teenage girls.